Hi everybody, this is Radio Man. I'm back with another SCUM video, and today I will be going over the demolition skill and showing you the various explosives and traps that you can craft to maim and kill your fellow convicts. To start things off, demolition is the skill that allows you to make these traps. It influences how long you have to disarm a trap, as well as the number of attempts someone will get to disarm your trap. It also says it determines the trigger radius as well, but we will see that here in a bit. You can find demolition under your dexterity attribute, and you can raise it either by crafting the traps, arming and disarming them, or by defusing the practice bomb. The practice bomb can be made with a piece of wire, one scrap metal, electrician's tools, and either a car battery or small radio. You will need a pair of wire cutters in your hand, and right-click the bomb and then click defuse. Adjust the time if you want, and press space to start. Then cut the 3 wires coming from the green lights. A successful attempt will get you 125 experience points, which makes this a terrible way to grind the skill up now. It used to be 250 a defuse and 125 for a fail, which wasn't too bad. You would just try to fail on purpose, but now it's not worth the time. To make the improvised mine, you need a bottle, 8 uses of tape, 50 uses of powder, a piece of metal, a pen, and 15 uses of toolbox. Crafting one of these will get you 200 experience. To make the blasting cap, you need 1 metal, 30 powder, and 15 uses of toolbox. On completion, you will get 75 experience. It's not much, but the blasting cap is just a component for more advanced items, which you can't even make yet. To arm the improvised mine, you simply place it on the ground, hold F while looking at it, and select the arm option. Now anyone who happens to step on this will get a quick trip to the respawn screen. If you have a shovel, you can bury your trap. Not only does this offer more concealment, but someone would have to unbury it in order to disarm it. It also prevents it from getting blown up with a single gunshot. You can actually shoot at a buried mine, and with enough bullets, it will destroy it with no explosion. Moving on, the Barb spike trap is one of the blueprints you can make with no skill. Just place it where you want it, and you will need a plank, 5 nails, and a blunt tool to finish it. You get a little over 50 points per item placed in the blueprint, which in my opinion makes this an okay way to raise your skill. Nails never seem to be in short supply, so just save up a bunch and make some spike traps, or just do it on the fly as you find the nails. No need to finish the blueprint if you don't want to cut a plank every time. If you happen to walk on a spike trap, you will take significant damage. I lost 50% of my health and got a C3 bleed, which is already in recovery. You can see how these can be trouble if you have a lot in an area. The only thing is, if you don't have them buried, they are very easy to destroy. The stake pit is the other blueprint trap which you can make. It's much deadlier than its little brother, the spike trap, as it will kill someone flat out. However, it's only good for 1 shot, whereas the spike trap will stay put and can hurt someone multiple times. The stake pit is also an expensive trap, as you will need a car battery and car cables in addition to 10 sticks, 20 uses of tape, a bolt, and a plank, and 20 uses of toolbox. You get about 30 to 40 experience per item placed, so even if you don't complete it, this is the best way to grind up your demo skill right now. Just go into the forest for unlimited sticks and craft away. Not shown in the video, you can also craft the flare trap, firework trap, and silent alarm at no skill. These all just function as alarms, and the silent alarm will actually give you a notification if someone trips it. This is great for if you are away from your base. In addition to what you can craft, you can also find anti-personnel mines, the prom mine, and claymores. The claymore actually requires the detonator, but the others you can activate just like the improvised mine. The prom mines are actually pretty cool if you can find them. When they are triggered, they hop into the air before launching fragments in all directions. It will kill from far away, so if someone has their team with them, you got a good chance of taking them all out. One last thing before moving on is that a mine made by someone with no skill will give a player 4 attempts to defuse. This will decrease as the crafter's skill gets higher. And now on to basic skill. At this level, you can now craft explosive arrows and crossbow bolts. The wooden version has a timed explosive, while the carbon and the metal version will blow up on contact. The crossbow bolts also have a timed explosive, but if you make enough to fill up an automatic crossbow, they can be quite amusing. Besides the arrows, you can now craft the laser and motion detonators. They each require a blasting cap, 9-volt battery, a wire, some tape, and a black electrical repair kit. The laser version will need a CD player, and the motion activated will need a parking sensor. The pressure cooker bomb uses a cooking pot, 2 metal, some powder, 5 wires and 10 bolts, and a blasting cap with a toolbox. It's expensive, but it's a pretty big explosion. For the pipe bomb, you will need a pipe, some tape, powder, 3 rubber bands, matches, and a blasting cap and toolbox. You will also need a laser detonator to arm it. The Cartridge Trap is pretty cool. It needs a plank and a nail, a toolbox, and a 50 BMG round. Just place it and arm it like you would a mine. When placing a pipe bomb, I find they work best in the doorways. Just place the bomb on the ground, with the skinny end being the end with the laser. Just hold F and select the option to add laser. If you pick the show trigger option, you can see the laser, which if broken by an enemy, is what will make this go boom. With a motion sensor, you can arm a claymore or pressure cooker bomb. Showing the trigger, you can see the sphere in which the bomb will be detonated. If you use a laser for the claymore, it will come straight out from the center of the side marked front towards enemy. If you arm the pressure cooker with the laser, it will follow the handle. Keep this in mind when placing your bombs, because if you disarm it to move it, you will lose the detonator. One last thing for basic is bombs made at this level will offer players 3 attempts to disarm them. At medium demolition, you now unlock the rest of the crafting recipes. They include the improvised claymore, which needs a hand grenade, metal, bolts, tape, wire, and a blasting cap along with a toolbox. You can now also make the C4 bomb, which you need to demolish base walls when raiding. You'll need a cell phone, a blasting cap, wire, tape, and an electrician's tools. The 4 other components you need to find in the kill boxes and by disarming the C4 puppets after you headshot them and before they explode, of course. On rare occasion, I've also found C4 parts in airdrops. Now, the skill description says it influences the trigger radius, but at this level, it doesn't seem to make any noticeable difference with the laser or the motion sensor. You will, however, get an extra second to disarm the bombs, and explosives made at this level will still offer 3 attempts to disarm them. At advanced skill, there are no new recipes, and both detonators still do not seem to be any larger than they were before. Spawning in items makes them the best that they could be, and a spawned-in pipe bomb actually has a longer laser, as you can see here. I can only assume that you will need to be at Advanced Plus to craft pipe bombs at this level. It's important to note here that a spawned-in bomb with a motion sensor doesn't seem to be any different, as you can see. Both circles are offset by the distance between the bombs. When disarming bombs crafted at advanced level, you will get 2 attempts to disarm. A spawned-in bomb only gives 1 attempt, so I'm guessing you'll need Advanced Plus for this as well. And that about covers everything you can do with Demolition. But before we end this off, let me show you the metal detector, as they kind of go hand in hand with the disarming process. The metal detector can be looted on the island, or if you have medium engineering, you can craft your own with a wire, a crutch, a CD player or small radio, 8 rags, a can of some sort, a hose, and an electrician's tools. They both run off electricity and can be charged with a battery. Just place the detector in your hand and right-click to turn it on. You will now hear a tone, and when you get close to a mine or even a buried chest, it will increase in pitch. The factory-made detector will sound the same, but it has a better range and will start changing pitch about twice as far away as the improvised version does. And now that about covers everything. Hopefully you learned something, and with this knowledge and some clever placement, you can effectively defend your base, or maybe if you're feeling cheeky, set up an ambush for some unsuspecting victims. If you like this, go ahead and check out some of my other SCUM guides. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and please subscribe to catch my future content. I hope you all have a wonderful day. This is Radio Man, signing off. Radio Man!